It's the best thing you can do with your clothes on, and in the top 3 things you can do with your clothes off, it must be the infinite escape room. Hello! We are the Puzzling Podcast with a group of chums make and solve homemade Omidor escape rooms over a few beers. I am Jamie Gibbs, your host, and I'm a dad, which means that I am no stranger to sex. Who's the virgin now, Mr. Morgan, from Year 10 Geography? It's the long game of revenge. And joining me today, we have our fantastic hosts.
I'm Riggedy Diggedy Mike Collins, the first 20 seconds of any hair loss advert.
Mr. Before.
My name's Mari, and my hair is a natural blue colour.
And I'm Jonathan David Charles Thomas II, and I'm the last 10 seconds of every hair loss replacement advert.
Mr. After. So a quick recap on how we run this show if you're just joining us for the first time. So over the next 3 weeks, one of our wonderful hosts will present a homemade audio escape room for the rest of us to solve.
Or me.
Or John. Tune in a couple of weeks' time for that one, which he's promised us will be wonderful and well put together. And then the 4th episode is then dedicated to the post-escape room pub chat, where we'll sink into a comfy armchair, crack open a big bag of cans, and mercilessly criticize each other's puzzle-making skills. Now, of course, we're not doing this on our own, dear listeners. We have the support, both moral and financial, of our wonderful army of patrons. And I want to dedicate this episode to Helen Bailey and Jess. Just Jess, because she's just that cool. And
Just that cool.
Just that cool. What a name.
Just that
Just
cool.
that cool. Yeah.
On the subject of names, there's 2 more people I want to mention at this juncture. One is Mohit, who's in the live stream.
Woohoo!
Hey, man.
Hey, Mo.
Cool to have somebody live. We're going to be very behaved. Thank you for joining us. And the second is another Patreon. Now, eagle-eared listeners may remember that I think 5 or 6 episodes ago, in the episode entitled "Group Activities Are About to Begin," during the Patreon intro, I did a silly. I doubted the existence of one of the Patreons. When Chris Mikesell's name came up, I said, and I quote, "That's not a real person. That's a euphemism. Mike's just made that up so that he can give money to his own podcast." So Chris Mikesell got in touch and was justifiably a little miffed that I had told the world he isn't real, but has gone to some interesting lengths to prove that he is real. And to explain this, I'm going to need this knife.
Oh.
Waves knife at screen.
Because he's here right now.
To defend myself, no. Chris Mikesell has sent me a box.
It could be of spiders.
Here it is. So this has the Mikesell name upon it and my name. I haven't opened it, but here we go. This is going to be great audio.
I really hope there's a goat's head in there.
Yeah, you have a live unboxing of. Okay, it says fragile on the side. Right, here we go. Don't stab self with craft knife live
It's
on
Gwyneth
air.
Paltrow's head.
Don't do this. Right, here we go. Okay. Bloody hell. Okay, these are rather wonderful. So these are Mikesell's crisps.
Oh.
They are delicious, according to the bag.
They are delicious, according to the bag, and have been around since 1910, which is quite the guaranteed fresh. I mean, after a transatlantic flight, can that possibly be true? I'm going to open these, and these are honey barbecue flavour. I think there's multiple flavours in here.
Oh, wow. So 1910. So Chris Mikesell, you are of the Mikesell dynasty.
We have
wow.
mesquite smoked bacon.
I think that's actually a thing. I ended up Googling this when this came up in our chat, and I think they are actually like a crisp dynasty.
Sweet southern heat barbecue.
That's incredible.
And
from henceforth, you shall be known as Crisp Mikesell.
Original. Okay, right. What am I opening? I'm thinking, see, I read mesquite as mosquito, so I'm now convinced those are mosquito crisps, so I'm opening those.
One of those southern flavors.
Right, here we go. Okay. Ooh, they smell delicious. Right, here we go, folks.
Concise introductions. I remember a time.
ASMR.
Oh, fuck me. Wow. Ooh. He's not kidding. They're strong. They're delicious. And I'm so happy that I built a sound booth to
really get the...
Yeah,
Genuinely, this is my first episode in a borderline professional sound booth in 6 years. So cheers, Chris. These are delicious. If you're ever in Utah, no, this will go out after the election, won't it? Okay.
Oh, no, John.
If you're in the Mad Max hellscape, formerly known as Utah, and you come upon an abandoned, gas station and find some Mike Sells crisps, well, boy, have you got currency to trade in. You're going to do just fine. These are delicious. Thank you, Chris. This is very sweet. And I'm going to enjoy eating these. And yeah, definite evidence that you exist. Unlike Jess, who definitely doesn't exist.
Chris, you set a dangerous precedent now.
Just a figment of her imagination.
Yeah.
Right. Weren't we doing a podcast about escape rooms at some point?
We were. So we've done the recap, we've done the Patreon, we've done the crisp tasting. I think it's time to get down to the puzzles. Are you ready, folks?
Yes.
Patently not.
Then let's enter the infinite escape room. 'Twas the month before Christmas, and the gang gathered near, raising pints, sharing laughs, brimming full of good cheer. But a notice soon caught their quick wandering eyes. Help wanted, now hiring, I tell you no lies. Santa needs helpers, our North Pole's in need. Get here with haste, we're in crisis indeed. They glanced at each other, and John called aloud, Let's fly Ryanair, we'll make Santa proud. They packed up their bags, a mad dash to the gate, bound for the North Pole, costing $12.58. But when they arrived, not a sleigh team in sight, and the pole looked deserted, a strange, eerie night.
And it turns out that it wasn't Lapland Airport, it was Lapland Hahn Airport, which is 400 miles away. Fucking Ryanair.
As they wandered the vacant halls of Lapland, an alarm blared out with a chilling command. Doors slammed and locked, the air thickened with dread, as a call on the tannoy, deep and cold, said, Warning, an alert to all creatures, all souls. The pole is in peril, we're losing control. 3 crime families circle, the season's dismantled. Until further notice, Christmas is cancelled. The nanas from Yorkshire, all snarling and oily, are knitting machine guns from lacy doilies. The Welsh, oh the Welsh, with their cold, darkened hearts, are sharpening knives made from burnt-out car parts. And the gang from New Zealand is here with aplomb, with hollowed-out Kiwis to rig up a bomb. I'm almost done, I swear to God.
Please never stop, I love this.
The gang stood in silence, now shivering cold, in a place meant for cheer, now empty and old, and they knew without question they'd battle this night to bring back the joy and set Christmas right.
Jamie.
Yes?
You know, earlier in our chat, you said, I haven't finished writing my puzzle yet. Do you think there might be a reason why?
I was too busy working on the fucking poem.
I see what's happened here.
So, the North Pole is on lockdown as 3 crime families are laying siege to Santa's workshop, and it is your jobs to stop them, neutralize them, kill them, however you must, to make sure that Christmas is not cancelled. Now, although most of Santa's workshop has been on lockdown, there are a few places that are still accessible to you. And again, I will give you the illusion of choice, but we know full well that we're going to my room first, which is the Christmas letter sorting room. Are you ready, gang?
Yes.
Yes.
Then let's enter the Christmas letter sorting room in Santa's workshop in the Infinite Escape Room. So you go into the Christmas letter sorting room. It is quite a small room, and you'd be hard-pressed to believe that all the Christmas letters in the world are brought here for sorting. But you see overflowing mailbags strewn across the room and piles of letters balanced precariously from floor to ceiling. And amongst all this chaos, you see a disheveled elf with bloodshot eyes suddenly jerk up from a table in front of you. You can see from the sprinkles on his nose and the table that he's been doing lines of crushed candy cane and gingerbread. He takes one look at you and goes, Oh, fuck, you're the guys who got Gunther fired last year. I remember you guys. I don't know why you guys are here, but we're going to need your help. The place is on fucking lockdown, and no kids will get no toys if we don't get rid of these crime bosses. We got the Kiwi Confederacy outside this door. Some little upstart shits from New Zealand. Now, they want to change their letters, so Santa gets them on the nice list, and they get all their Christmas wishes coming true. Guess what they're wishing for? Guns, fucking ammo, fucking bombs, fucking taking over the North Pole. We don't want that. I need you to find their letters and make sure they end up on the naughty list. But look, you gotta find the right ones. You put the wrong kids on the naughty list and the whole fucking fabric of Christmas falls apart. We don't want to fuck this up. No, I got no hope for this place, so I plan on spending my last few moments getting completely fucked up. He does a hefty bump with some rolled up paper and then slumps down into the chair. Looking around the room, you see an overflowing mail bag marked with a red exclamation mark. There's the door you came in. There's an old computer on a table. There's the side table that the elf is on. And there's a rather large, heavy door to the outside.
Mairi, where should we start?
I was going to go for the mailbag. The exclamation mark seems really like if this was a video game, we'd have to go for that first, right?
Yeah.
And then stand in front of it
We're
for
gonna
2
have a
minutes trying to work
rummage.
out which button is use.
Yes. Run up to it and press E to use it, please.
So you run up to the mailbag, and for some reason, you can't stop crouching up and down. I think you've hit the wrong button. And eventually, you get control of yourself.
Beautiful.
You stop teabagging the mailbag very briefly. The mailbag, that particular one, contains all the mail marked as concerning. So this includes things like requests for any kind of automatic weapon, Christmas letters from anyone over the age of 35, every letter that contains a USA stamp, stuff that's tested positive for anthrax or ricin. Every envelope is stamped with a 4-digit reference number as well.
Yeah, you said there were 4-digit numbers on them. Are there any that you can share with us, or is it a case of there's just lots?
It's a big, huge bag of letters, so there's loads of different numbers.
It's going to be one of the ones after guns, though, because that's our only clue. But I imagine there's still a lot of letters asking for guns.
Yeah. It wasn't just guns, though, was it? It was bombs, too.
Guns, ammo, and bombs.
Presumably any kind of weapons of warfare to take down Santa's brother.
Okay. And we've got an old computer, haven't we?
You have. Would you like to take a look?
Yes, please.
The computer is like an old 90s PC. The kind that has a sort of a flickering green screen. It's got a floppy disk drive, no mouse, and a big chunky switch at the back. It is currently off.
And that particular shade of beige.
Oh, yeah. It looks like someone's been smoking near it for a long time. But it's fresh out of the factory.
That's beautiful.
You said it's not switched on. Can we switch it on?
So you take that big button and give it a big clunk, and it switches on. After a solid maybe 5 minutes, the PC eventually boots up and presents you with a login screen. It says, please enter password to access Naughty Nice database.
Okay. Any hint on how many digits that password's going to be?
It looks to be a 4-digit number.
Okay. And this is the Naughty Nice database?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Was there a drawer next to where our guys passed out, did you say?
I drew a table.
Yeah, it's like a side table.
Or
I
pergola.
also drew a side table, but I imagined a drawer in it.
I know the one you mean, like with the little telephone book.
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
This is either a table or a pagoda. I don't know which, but I drew one of them.
So the pagoda is about waist high. It's a 3-legged table. There's a small stool on which is slumped your elf friend. He's face down on the table with several lines of crushed up candy cane and gingerbread under his arm and his makeshift straw in his hand for bumping his nose candy.
Can we check his pockets?
Yeah, you rifle through his little elvish pockets. They're not that big because he's an elf, but his pockets are empty.
Damn it.
Okay. Good idea, though. Anything, if I sort of shuffle his head a bit, is there anything under him? Is he concealing anything with his slumped over posture?
You give him a little bit of a shakeroonie. It's just all that sort of that dust that he's been grinding up. Nothing else about his person, just his little elf hat and his little rolled up nose candy straw.
Okay.
Straw. Can we unroll the nose candy straw, please?
Oh, very good.
Smart.
You carefully pluck the straw from his hand and unroll it. It looks like he's rolled up a post-it note in a hurry to get his fix. You brush off the bits of gingerbread and candy cane off the paper to reveal this message that I will put into the chat, not the live stream chat.
Nicely done, Mike.
Do I get a contact high?
Probably not from candy cane and gingerbread, but you can take a bump if you feel like it. Just rub some under your gums and see if it's pure.
Boot code Marjul Maysep. If it's 4 digits, then that would be 3759.
It would.
Perfect.
Can we try 3759 in the boot, please?
You do 3759 into the PC and it does not work.
Oh.
I thought I was
No,
a real big boy clever there.
Yeah.
Are you thinking
Well,
of
if it's like
I see.
missing. Oh yeah, I gone. I was going to say, is there anything missing in between those? Like June's not listed, August is missing.
April's gone too.
Tenuous,
It would be April, May, June, August, wouldn't it?
Amazing there, unfortunately.
Oh, it is. Sorry, no, you're right. So April, June. Yeah.
Not enough, yeah.
No. It's a good thought, though.
Maybe we need more information. There's some other stuff we've not looked at. For example, Jamie, you did specifically mention the door we came in through.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so the door you came in is a simple wooden door, decorated with tinsel and some baubles. On the back of the door is a 12 Days of Christmas themed 2024 calendar.
Ooh. Can we go to March, please?
You flick over to March, and it's got the picture of 5 gold rings as the month's illustration.
Very
Maybe
good.
see July as well.
July has 9 ladies dancing.
May.
May has 7 swans a swimming.
Mm-hmm.
And September.
September is 3 French hens.
Oh, I really wanted one of them to be
5973.
like 3 naked reindeer or something. Just suddenly gets a bit weird.
Like the WI, where like Santa does a sexy calendar every year.
Yeah.
2 swinging gonads.
Rudolph, get your nose off. We've pulled.
Yeah, please
Okay.
can we go back to the computer and try that code 5973 if I wrote that down correctly?
Absolutely. You enter the password 5973 and hit submit. It works for a couple of seconds, and then the screen changes to reveal what basically looks like an old CFAX page with a pixelated Santa Claus in the bottom corner. And there's a little prompt at the bottom that says, please enter Christmas letter reference number.
Okay, so we can look up these files now. I think you missed the trick here, Jamie. Like, shouldn't we have had to insert 3 more floppy disks just to boot the operating system? Like,
just
isn't that how
for
this
pinpoint accuracy. So immersive.
There are listeners under the age of 30 who are just gawping at their
Okay, so for
phones.
those listeners, you know the save icon? Imagine if that was real.
And 3.5
I would
inches.
flag I'm under 30 and this regularly trumps me in escape rooms. When I first discovered a cassette tape in an escape room, we were all just hopeless. It was embarrassing.
Did you have to re-spool it using a pencil or something?
We
Be like, what
did.
the
We got like a pencil and that, and like everyone was like, I was the oldest person in the room. We were like, I've never seen this. What do we do? And the poor GM had to like really exasperate to be like, okay, right.
What is this archaic
Take a
device?
pencil.
Oh my goodness.
It was great.
Shall we go to those bag of letters?
Oh yes. Let's do that.
So you got a massive bag of letters. They look to be potentially hundreds in this bag.
Oh, fuck. We're after the Kiwi ones, aren't we?
The Kiwi Confederacy.
Will they all be
outside.
upside down or something?
I mean, you can turn them any way you want. They'll be upside down.
How would you filter these out? Any of them smell of sheep droppings? I'm reaching here.
You can't tell if it's New Zealand or it could be Wales. It could be Liechtenstein, like places with sheep, and only really rural communities.
Can we just grab a few and start looking through the return addresses? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, you can't see any return addresses, but you do see, like, you look through a couple, and you see, like, a lot of the ones that have been filtered in have all got USA stamps on them. Like, by default, they get filtered in straight away.
Right.
Jamie,
Okay.
so you mentioned we have this like CFAX style page.
Yeah.
Is there anything we can see on it, Fax?
Other than the little pixelated Santa, you've just got that little prompt asking you for the reference number of the letters.
We've not looked at the outside door yet either, have we?
You've not.
Can we take a look at the outside door, please, James?
Yes. So the door to the outside is quite large. It looks like this is where the bags of Christmas mail are delivered from outside to be sorted. The door itself looks to be made of several inches of solid steel. So mail tampering is a very serious offence in Lapland, as you can imagine, so they've got to put the security tight. The door is currently deadlocked, but you can hear muffled voices coming from the other side. There's also a little periscope on the wall to the side of the door.
Oh, I mean, it would be churlish not to stick next to the little periscope.
So the periscope has got a little viewfinder and a speaker to see and hear what's on the other side. And you see 3 members of the Kiwi Confederacy. They're all dressed like they do in a Lord of the Rings set tour, except they're all wearing beach shorts and flip-flops at the same time. You do catch a short snippet of their conversation. I'm not going to do the fucking accent.
Do it,
It's
do it.
embarrassing.
Do it. I'm
Maybe
going to do
I
it
see-
later. Do it.
I assume this entire thing had been wrapping up to you doing an accent, Jamie.
Not for the New Zealand ones I've tried. It does not work.
I mean, we've already had Belgium from you, so why stop there?
Hey up, gang. I'm from Wellington. I'm from Auckland, New Zealand. So you catch a snippet of their conversation. Right, gang. How are we going to get in? I'm kneesing my frips off. I don't know, Butch. It looks like this door's made of solid steel. Danny's right. We're not getting in a hurry. And no wonder you're cold, Butch. It was your idea to bring bloody togs and jandals to the North Pole. Listen, Lefty, we're a mafia, yeah? So we need a uniform, like Brawl and Mando as that suit and Godfather. Now come and give your hand with this blowtorch, bro. I'm putting that in the chat because
Brawl and Mando.
that was unintelligible for anybody who's not... Let me make sure that you can get the
Well, I think we need to
lines.
just
There you go.
ask a
Wow.
Kiwi what that means, because only they would know.
I
There you
used to
go.
live in New Zealand, and I don't know what most.
How
of these
bad
words
was
mean.
that?
I'm just gonna say.
How bad was that voice?
The accent was actually not
Be
terrible.
honest, Mary, be honest.
The
Don't
words I
sugarcoat
don't
it.
know.
Well, I think kneesing frips off is a spoonerism. Solid steel is probably a speech impediment. I guess I was wondering if any of these might clue us towards some letters. in the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
So, for example, but then if we've
got names. We've got Butch, we've
Butch,
got
Dunny, Lefty.
and Lefty, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Have the Seven Dwarfs come back for brutal revenge?
Butch, Dunny, Lefty, Gunther.
Yeah.
They're all there.
Doc. Yeah.
Oh no, but they're dressed in like Hobbit, Lord of the Rings gear, but they're like they're 6'5", the three of them.
Yeah. So is it possible to rummage through the stack of letters and try and find one from somebody Dunny? Is that possible given the number of letters, or does that just eat a bunch of time? What
In the envelopes, you can see there's no names on them because the envelopes are currently sealed. They've not been sorted yet.
fuck, okay.
So yeah, all you've got is like the address, the stamp, and things like that. You did dance around a solution earlier, but didn't quite.
Was this around, for
Ooh.
example, the spoonerisms, speech impediment, and the... Actually, no, there's a couple of spoonerisms in there. So we've got Brawl and Mando.
Sorry, spoonerism?
hmm
Spoonerism, the transposition of the first letter or letters of one or more words.
Oh my god.
So kneesing frips, freezing nips,
Yeah.
Brawl and Mando, Marlon Brando. Sorry, was that an accurate description of a...
I think so. Yeah.
I've never heard the term before, but that's great.
Well, I got to use the word transposition as well, which isn't one that you're...
Big brain time.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, is there a thing where there's another one hidden that looks like a normal word, but actually we have
Yeah.
to reverse the letters and that gives us something?
Oh,
Do the
clever
thing
trousers.
that the person says to that word.
Yeah,
Reverse
yeah.
it.
But I'm looking through
Yeah.
and nothing's coming out at me.
They have to give us digits as well. We've got
Mm.
4, and we're looking for a sort of 4-digit, I guess.
Yeah, we're looking for a 4-digit identifier of a letter. Like, can we punch
Mhm.
to be able to punch in the numbers?
Or 3 for CFAX.
What?
Well, because we need the page code, don't we, for our CFAX on our computer.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was.
Mm.
I thought that was looking for the. Oh no, that was the 4-digit password. I'm an idiot.
It looks like a CFAX page, but it doesn't use the same 3-digit.
Oh,
code.
okay.
Yeah, it asks
Okay,
you
so
specifically for the letter
Jamie, for
reference
clarity,
number.
what how many digits is the reference number for the letters that we're looking for?
On that computer, it does seem to be 4 digits that you can type in,
Okay.
pull up a reference.
Hmm.
Nudges are available should you wish them.
It could be like the number of things in the line that's weird. Like, because the second one says it 4 times.
The
They
first
use
one
the
says it
TH.
2, knees in my
Yeah,
grips off. Because we have 4
Mhm.
sections, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Mo in the chat, if you're still listening and you want to give him, if you know, give him a nudge.
Oh, is this the crushing moment when the audience solves it before we? They've been doing it for years, but we could never hear them, and suddenly,
No, we're getting
suddenly we
screaming at the
realise
radio
quite
live.
how thick we are. Okay, but let's follow this. So, first one says I'm kneesing my frips off, so that's 2 spoonerisms.
Mm-hmm.
Second one has a speech impediment. It says Like
5. I mean, gets 5 things wrong.
Gets 5
No.
things wrong. This is starting to feel quite thin, but
falls
okay.
falls apart in the third one. Because I guess the third one's nothing's wrong. It's just slang.
Togs and jandals.
Real words in New Zealand-ish.
Okay.
Are they? Yeah, but would we?
Well,
Hang on. Would we need to know that?
Can we try? We could go for 2. We could. It could be a binary state between 2 and 0.
Yeah.
Or something completely different if we're on the wrong track. And then the last one is just 2 again, Bral and Mando.
2522. Jamie, can we try that, please?
You type in 2522 into the thing, and it comes up with a reference of little Timmy, 10 years old, from fucking Scunthorpe, and he wants a toy train.
Okay.
And he's a goddamn piece of shit, and that's why his letters go straight in the naughty sack.
I was going to say that letter. There are no good children in Scunthorpe.
Oh no!
Wow!
If you're in Scunthorpe, please
Where
write
did that
in.
come from?
Oh, listen to the name. Scunthorpe.
It's a nice place. What do you have against Scunthorpe?
Yeah, Jesus.
Have you been to Scunthorpe, John?
Maybe. It's like there's a place around here called Dumpton Gap. And I just think like if you move to Dumpton Gap, it's like Shitsville in Noddyland, isn't it? There's just
Fair.
He's just got this is a crap town.
This is
That's fair.
outrageous.
Declare.
We're sorry,
Alienating
places that sound
so
a little
many.
bit northern. We're really sorry. John lives in Broadstairs on an ivory throne on top of an ivory chaise longue.
All those elephants didn't die for nothing.
Okay, so well, in which case can we try what was it?
2502.
2502.
You put in 2502 and you get a lovely little letter from Olga, who's 9 years old. She's in Poland and she wants a hobby horse.
Also a bastard. Guaranteed.
All these like unambitious kids in 2024.
Yeah,
I would
like,
have thought they'd
hang
be
on.
asking for mobile phones. and
You have
stuff.
no idea
Right.
how big this backlog is, Mary.
To be fair,
Oh, okay.
I was like 10, 20 years
Olga
later.
is now 55.
and still waiting.
I wonder if we're on we're on like a tangent with this, and we're not quite getting the logic. I
Oh,
wonder if it's
Mairi, you
worth-
look like you've got something.
No, I thought I had, but
But you were
no,
waving your
again.
pen so like I want to wave my pen like
You gave
that
me
when
hope then for a second.
And so I'll save a thought. I was thinking, what if it's not what they're saying, but something about the pattern of what they're saying, a sort of on, off, or some kind of code, or like something else about what they're saying, not the contents. But I couldn't carry that further than that thought.
I mean, we've got number of words. We've got one gets 4 there. We've got if we could assign each speaker a number, and then we get 1, 2, 3, 2. I think, but that
Well,
feels thin.
There's something interesting in that, like every person is mentioned. So like the first guy is called Butch because we know that from the second. The second one's called Dunny, and then like they reference someone else, and then at the end someone says bro as well. It's like something like that. Is it like we've got to figure out who's saying what?
First guy's Butch. Second guy's Dunny. Third guy's Lefty. Oh, there's only 3 of them.
Yeah, there are 3 members of the Kiwi Confederacy.
Sorry, yeah, I got in a muddle there because there's 4 dashes. There's 4 sections of speech. There's 3 members, and they're called Butch, Dunny, and Lefty.
Hint.
Do you like a minor little reindeer steer?
No hint.
Yes, please,
No
Jamie.
hint.
Right, I'm going to message
No.
Mike and Mary. So you know you can get fucked.
I'm leaving the
room. Might I draw your attention back to the mailbag itself and what kinds of letters are put into that mailbag?
Concerning mail.
What
Could you redo that bit of description, please, Jamie?
Yeah, so the mailbag contains all the mail that's marked as concerning. So this includes requests for any kind of automatic weapon, Christmas letters from anyone over the age of 35, every letter that contains a USA stamp, stuff that's tested positive for anthrax or ricin.
Anthrax or ricin?
What's ricin?
It's like a poison.
Yeah.
Anthrax
He uses it in
is
Breaking
fun cousin.
Bad, doesn't he?
That's where I recently heard about it.
But I was wondering if there's something significant about that because I know anthrax, but like, was ricin used in a male-related scandal?
Yeah, it was the thing to do for a while to post it to people you didn't like in the US postal system. I say this was a while back.
I see.
I'm wondering if it's straight up referencing, so every letter that contains a USA stamp, like, is there anything in their speeches that, like, I'm thinking anagrams or acronyms, sorry, that you can get, but I'm just not seeing anything.
I think you're maybe overcomplicating how you find the letters from the Kiwi Confederacy. You touched upon it earlier, John, when you were talking about smelling the letters for something, and that wasn't the indicator. But the reason for smelling the letters is the right way to go about it.
Okay. What does New Zealand smell of?
Well, we're only after the automatic weapon one. So is there a way to quickly discard everything in the other three category and be left with only the request for automatic weapons?
At the moment, all the envelopes are sealed, so all you really get is the sort of the address written to the North Pole, the stamp in the corner, and you get the 4-digit reference number.
Are we able to unseal the envelopes?
You could start unsealing hundreds of envelopes from the mailbag. You can be my guest.
Okay,
in particular?
gotcha.
Feels like a no.
We can find the USA ones really quickly. And I would say maybe we can find the letters for everyone over age of 35 because they'll have good handwriting. And the anthrax or ricin will poison us, so we will know very quickly. If
you can
briefly.
tested positive. Briefly. But we can send one of us to do it. Yeah.
You could filter out anything from the USA if you want to do that.
Wait,
Okay,
really?
Anything with a USA stamp you can filter out.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
We're still going to be left with hundreds, I reckon.
You've still got dozens of letters, but yeah, all the USA ones now are in a different little pile.
Amazing. Okay. What happens at the age of 35 that would be visible from the outside of an envelope? Like, what are 35-year-olds? How do they write letters?
Tear marks on the envelope.
Just
exhaustion. A certain sadness in the writing.
I'm completely stumped on this.
I didn't. This we'll get into it in the pub chat. This one surprised me.
This surprises you.
That makes it worse.
Okay.
So I was onto something with the smell thing, but it wasn't smell. So there's
not the smell, but why you were getting the smell? Why you were trying to smell things?
Because I was trying to filter for Kiwi letters.
Yeah, we need to filter out mail from New Zealand.
Oh, hang on. Is it malaprops? Is it that we need to find the letters with spoonerisms, like with misspelt address? Like, is there anything to Port Noel?
Nothing that you can see that would indicate like the spoonerisms or anything to do with particular people, like the individuals that would mark them out.
Is there anything that's been mailed from New Zealand?
How would you?
That's the answer.
How would you find it?
With the stamp. Yeah, I was going to say the stamp.
Look for New Zealand stamps, and yes, you can filter out a few envelopes.
You shitting me?
You dig through the bag and find 6 letters that contain New Zealand stamps.
Wait, sorry. That was the answer.
You just had to look for the New Zealand stamp.
After 4 paragraphs of Kiwi insanity and 3 reiterations of the criteria was look for them. Like, that was...
Look for the New Zealand stamps.
Have we just hit the beginning of your puzzle, Jamie?
You've hit the meat of it.
No, the meat has hit us.
So there are 6 letters addressed to Santa that come from New Zealand. What I will do is I will give you 2 letters each to read out.
Okay. Number 1, reference 0149. Dear Père Noël, for the Yuletide, I want a big bag of dynamite, a military-grade drone, and a big book to think into. I've been very good all year. I go to church, I've done all my homework, and I will do midnight math with 0 complaining. I beg you, give me what I want. Number 2 is reference 0441. Dear Hannah Coco, given what's going on in the world, are we really going to trivialize things by simplifying them into naughty and nice? I mean, I always donate to Red Nose Day, and I sort my recycling. That counts, right? Anyway, I want some garotte wire and a shitload of duct tape.
Number 3, reference 0098. Santa baby, slip a shotgun under the tree for me. An automatic...
Oh, God.
An
I've never felt
automatic
less turned on.
9mm to light blue. Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight.
Beautiful.
Oh, I'm uncomfortable. I don't know why.
I really enjoyed that. I don't know why. I really got into that. I assume that was meant to happen.
That was beautiful.
Anyway, number 4, reference 0398, smudge 40... Smudge 40 pounds of Semtex, smudge a blow-up doll, smudge get the smudge get the doctor to pull it out again.
Sort of should really have Smudge something with a flared base this year.
Yeah, so on that
callback.
one, the ink is being smeared across most of the page, and you just get the last little bits.
That's not the concerning part of that message, Jamie. Okay,
I'm
Michael.
less concerned. I thought it was Smudge from the Bash Street Kids. So this is reassuring. He's
We
not
had a
feeling
guinea
foul.
pig called Smudge when we were kids.
Oh,
We didn't do that to her.
Okay, letter number 5, reference 0065. Dear Santa, for Christmas I want a big bun. A book called A Gig Bun. Aha, we have our spoonerism.
We do.
A book called The Hat and the Cat, and That Last Iron Cock. I've been a good boy. I've even riced up old slags for charity, and I drank a whole place full of cum wine. I deserve this, and we both know it.
Riced up old slags for charity.
I mean, there's a lot to unpick in that. Let's maybe pick it up after letter number 6. Dear Santa, let's not beat about the bush here. I've not been nice, as you might normally put it, but I have been efficient. If anything, I'll make your job easier by making your list shorter. So let's work something out, yeah? I want a new chili bin for my head collecting and a new set of axes. Chili bin.
Chili bin. Chili bin
That's-
does sound like a Kiwi, isn't? Well, no, they're all Kiwis, aren't they? So, is it worth just returning to the kind of the core of the mission? What are we trying to filter out in these? We're
who
trying
the
to
3 people outside are, right?
Mhm.
yes, which are from just troubled Kiwis, and which are from the actual Kiwi Confederacy.
I think that the very first one I read out is one of them because of the word. I've done all my homework and I will do midnight math, but right after he spoke about church, I think that's supposed to be midnight mass. And so I think that's our guy with
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
That was
that's
0149. One of mine was which one? It was number 3. So the one with the smudges, that's got a permanent question mark over it. If we can't, because we can't read some of the writing. So if we eliminate all the others and we know we need a third, it has to be number 4.
Okay.
Because we're assuming that the lost writing, has it in it. And I reckon that is how this puzzle goes, because that is a kind of sneaky next step. See, I don't think Jamie's camera has failed. I think he's going to reveal himself to be the Kiwi Mafia with like a hat with corks on it, I assume. And Hobbiton as a background.
So, which ones does that give us? I mean, so 0065 is a definite, I think.
Well, then we've got our 3,
Spoonerisms.
because we've got 0149, 0398, and 0065, including the one with the smudge.
0149 is our one.
That was
with
Mairi's.
the math. Yep. Okay.
0398 is the smudge one, which it's a theory, but none of the others have evidence of Kiwiisms. Do they?
Well, if we can match them to specific people. I've definitely got the middle guy, the Dunny, for the sentence, I don't know Butch. But like, can we match the others to their specific
That's true.
spoonerisms?
Didn't somebody ask for a new chili bin?
Oh yeah, chili bin.
Yes.
Jogs and
Billy
Tandles.
Chin.
Yeah, well, no, a chili bin is that's a Kiwiism.
Yeah.
Freezer, isn't it?
It's like a beer cooler.
Yeah, like a beer cooler thing. So which of the letters asked for that?
It was the last one.
The last one. In which case, I'd suggested it might actually be that one. And
Because
that
he
would
talks
be-
about being cold before?
Well, no, because I want a new
What about-
chili bin, but he talks about Jogs and Tandles.
Yeah, bloody dogs and jandals. That's Lefty.
But then
They are all
these
from New
all
Zealand.
Kiwi letters.
Yeah, but those are specific Kiwiisms in the speech pattern,
Mm-hmm.
which it's the like I'm kind of tracking as like the unique identifier between them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 99% sure about this.
Okay, well, just call me Mr. 1%. Which you regularly do.
I could call you Mr. Nobody, which is an amazing series set in New Zealand. Well, it's where I learned the word chili bin, which made me smile.
Okay, so if we're happy with our three, just remind me, which reference numbers are they?
Well, let's go to the computer and, Jamie, can we stick in the one we're definitely happy with, 0065?
So you put 0065 and it comes up with 0065, source, New Zealand, Christmas request, gig bun, hat in the cat book, last iron cock. Are they naughty or nice? A little prompt then to type in.
Naughty.
Type in naughty, hit enter, and then you've got a little sort of screen on the right-hand side that says naughty, and then 0065 goes underneath it. There's a little button at the very bottom of that screen that says submit all. So once you're ready to submit all your naughties, you can submit.
Mairi, you want to do that?
Why does this remind me of the Horizon scandal? I feel like we're some poor sub postmaster who works for Santa, and we're getting taken to court at the end of this.
0149, please.
0149 comes up with source New Zealand, Christmas request, big bag of dynamite, military grade drone, big book. Are they naughty or nice?
Naughty.
You boop, naughty, and the second reference number goes into the little table on the right.
And then
can I take the risk? Can we take the risk, John?
I don't have a good answer against it, so yeah, take it.
Just before you hit that, the little elf just goes, just want to fucking remind you guys, if you put the wrong guys on the naughty list, then the whole fucking fabric of Christmas is fucked. And he goes back down onto the table. Just to plant the seed of doubt into your head. If you...
Can you make a better argument for any others?
I'm still pulled by 0398 because my logic for this is that I don't think the argument for the Kiwi-isms is solid. The reason I think it isn't solid is because these are all from New Zealand, and Jamie even repeated that when I brought this up. So with no further letters that fit the reference, but one letter that is badly damaged, I'd go for that one.
So whose letter do you think that one is?
I don't know. That's a good point. Like if we're matching them to an individual, who are we left with?
I'm rereading them all. The one that's Dear Hannah Coco, is Hannah Coco an interesting thing to discuss, or is that like the New Zealand name for Santa?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, I will say now that the particular New Zealandisms are just because they're Kiwi, and I thought it'd be cool.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So that is incidental.
So, Mike, the words you're searching for here are the following. John, sir, you were right. Say it.
I'm going to go more like...
I'll accept my lord.
I can't do it.
I know.
It's Christmas, Mike.
Where's your spirit of generosity?
You're right. That's right. A little bit of Christmas magic will help this bitter pill go down. So I'm really struggling to match this last one then, because I can't find a unique pattern in our third gangster.
Neither can I. And rule of three, the third one's going to break the pattern, isn't it?
Dunny's right. We're not getting in there in a hurry, and no wonder you're cold, Butch. It was your idea to bring bloody togs and jandals to the North Pole.
Any of the letters ask for like a jumper or something because they're cold? Is it about sort of their vibe as a person?
But then it's Butch that's cold. Not Butch, it's Dunny that's cold, and he's the one with the lisp.
Well, okay, hold on. They asked for weapons, and I would argue that garrotte wire and duct tape is not really a weapon, like a guns and ammo.
Garrotte wire.
Could we go by that?
Oh, yeah.
Like what we know they have asked for.
So
but then
Santa Baby is asking for a lot of weapons, ammos.
Dear Hannah Coco, are we saying they're naughty or nice? They're actually kind of fine.
If they want some garrotte wire and duct tape as well, John.
That can be
but they don't say
a
what
science
for.
project. Yeah, that's fine.
Right? It could be to retune a piano.
Exactly.
Fix an old clutch cable on a Corsa.
So you've matched the spoonerisms to Butch, and you've matched the lisp to Dunny. So what's linking Lefty to that smudge letter?
So Lefty says, Donny's right. We're not getting in there in a hurry. I can't do it. And no wonder you're cold, Butch. It was your idea to bring bloody togs and jandals to the North Pole. So his thing is togs and jandals. That's the defining thing in his speech.
And that was what drew me to the chili bin.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only there's nothing else in this lot that's jumping out at me as linking him to anything.
This is hard.
Yeah.
This is what happens when I finish my puzzle on the day of re-record.
I mean, this is
the signposting isn't there.
Yeah, I'm interested to know how this was meant to.
We'll get into it. We'll get
be
into
clear.
it.
Okay.
I'll give you a nudge though if you are stumped.
Yes, please.
I wouldn't necessarily focus on what Lefty has said.
But what Lefty has left unsaid.
It's more who Lefty is rather than what Lefty has said.
And he's right. We're not getting there in a hurry. Your idea. Who Lefty is.
The guy after him says, "Now come and give me a hand with this blowtorch, bro."
Bro.
So, brother of Butch. Butch's brother. Have we got Butch's full name anywhere?
Oh, the letters will be linked. Which letter did we say was Butch's?
Oh, you thinking they'll be sequential?
No. I'm thinking there'll be a subjective link in the letters that one of them will reference the other. Which letter did we think was Butch's?
The not mine 0065. Yeah.
So that was one of Gig Bun, A Book Called A Hat and the Cat, and That Last Iron Cock. I've been a good boy. I've even rised to boss for charity and drank a whole place full of wine. I deserve this, and we both know it. So any of the letters reference the content of that letter.
I mean, we could just put all of these people on the naughty list.
Riced up old flags for charity, and the other one talks about Red Nose Day.
Yes, that's a charity. Yeah.
I think that's the best that we've got.
Ooh.
Oh.
I always
from Jamie.
But then that means that our link is that both of these gangster members give to charity because they're brothers, which feels really thin.
They sit around, watch it on the same TV. It's like a family activity. Like, maybe.
And then get out the garrotte wire.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm happy to risk the fabric of Christmas.
What does
As
that
Mike
mean
slowly
for the
loses
other
the will to
puzzles?
live.
Yeah, Mairi, we get the day off.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Red Nose Day one is 0441. Shall we give it a crack?
Sure.
Okay, I'll take responsibility for this.
Sort my recycling. The other one mentions bins.
A chili bin, remember, is a cooler.
Different bin.
Wasn't there? There was something about heads.
I miss Jamie having puzzles that were colours. Red, green, blue,
Like
1,
the
2, and
puzzles
3.
we did against Jamie. It was put the orange thing in the orange place. Put the yellow thing in the yellow place. Pull a shiv out of your ass. Simple.
What happened to the copious amounts of visuals, you fuck?
Okay, I've got a theory. So in the line, I've even riced up old slags for charity. That's a weird line. What if we do the like flipping thing and it's like sliced up old rags for charity? Is that a Red Nose Day thing?
Oh,
I don't
Mairi.
know. Is that something they do for Red Nose Day? Slicing
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Sliced up old
I
rags.
don't have a TV license.
Which means that you don't watch iPlayer.
I do
Ever.
not.
Do you, Mairi?
Ever. Never. You can ask me about any iPlayer show. I will promise you I know nothing.
Because there is that large TV in the background. I know. I just wondered.
Currently blasting Doctor
For the
Who at full
benefit of the
volume.
listeners.
Right, I'm calling it.
Okay.
Jamie, I'm sticking 0441.
I think it's
into
right. I
the
think it's
computer.
0065. I think Mairi's onto something.
So you've
Oh,
got...
hang on. So you reckon we've got 0065 already?
Oh, I
Yeah,
still
that's just
think,
yeah, that's just the link here to
I think she's right
Red
about
Nose
sliced
Day.
up old rags.
sliced up
But then
rags.
that's the link to the guy who reverses things, isn't it?
We do have 3 more episodes to record today.
Right. But why stop it today?
All right, so what are you going to put in?
0441, please, Jamie.
You put 0441 into the machine. It says source, New Zealand, requests, garrotte wire, and a shitload of duct tape. Are they naughty or nice?
Naughty.
You type in naughty? Okay, so the computer now has 3 reference numbers on the little table, and a little button to submit all. Do you want to hit submit?
Yes.
Yes.
I would like the ship's log to state that I disagree with this.
You hit the submit all button, and the PC whirs and beeps for a good 30 seconds. The screen turns black, and a small red X starts to flash in the corner. You realize that it's not actually an X, but a small pixelated skull and crossbones. It's then you hear a scream coming from the other side of the steel door. You run to the periscope to get a close look at what's going on. You see 2 of the 3 members of the Kiwi Confederacy are trapped in 2 identical boxes made of red glass, and the boxes are shrinking rapidly, compressing the feckless invaders with alarming efficiency. Within a few seconds, the boxes are no bigger than a fist before disappearing. 2 small, blackened lumps hit the ground and sink into the snow. The coked-out elf raises his head from the table, stares at you with bloodshot eyes, and says, "Naughty kids get the coal for Christmas. Naughty grown-ups become the fucking coal." With 2/3 of the Kiwi Confederacy successfully neutralized, you wander back into the halls of Santa's workshop. But suddenly a siren rings out into the halls. Someone else has breached the first line of defenses, and one member of the Kiwi Confederacy is still at large. They're one step closer to royally fucking up Christmas. Congratulations, you have solved 2/3 of my puzzle.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Right.
You were
So, Michael, for the
close.
second time this episode, I'd like you to say it. Thought this day would never come.
Did you have a better idea, John? Did you have a better idea?
Yeah, the other one. The other one.
Oh.
Do you want the answer now, or do you want it in the episode?
Jamie, I'm just fluffing myself up for a minute so you can tell me. I'm ready.
The correct reference number for the 3rd member of the Kiwi Confederacy was 0398, the smudged letter. And the reason was, which I think, John, you were the closest to get in the connection.
I've still got the knife from earlier.
Was because the smudges on the paper were from Lefty, who's named that because he's left-handed.
Because he's left-handed.
Oh, bull! I hate that so much.
That makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
No. Yeah.
I hate that.
I should have signposted that more somewhere that he's left-handed, other than calling him Lefty. But we'll get into it in the episode.
I like it.
So much hatred bubbling up inside
I'm
me.
looking
Jamie.
forward to the one-liners. Go for it. Hit me with it. I can take it.
I loved this puzzle. I loved every stage of it, every part of it. I understood very little of it, but I loved it because I was right twice in short order by chance. And Mike wasn't prepared to take my chance and instead guessed.
Oh, it felt like there was
In my defense, by process of elimination, it's got to be 0398 because none of the other ones make sense. So it must be the one that we're missing parts of, which isn't the reason that Jamie, that's not what Jamie put in, but it is plausible.
You reverse engineered it based on your knowledge of Jamie's puzzle design style, maybe.
Don't give him that much, Mairi, please.
I thought that was wonderfully festive, and that's really got me into the Christmas spirit. And I've forgotten that I need to quickly write a letter to Santa before I turn 35.
But the puzzle, Mairi, you haven't really mentioned the puzzle.
You see her smile doesn't reach her eyes.
That's like going to the theatre and saying the lighting was lovely.
It's just focused in that just
really
grin
good.
of, it was a thing that I did.
No, I enjoyed the puzzles. There's something really satisfying about 4-digit codes, and I've written a lot of them, and I really enjoyed that and kind of knowing exactly what you're looking for.
And I feel like I've just weed out an entire bale of barbed wire.
Oh.
I'm looking forward to getting into it in the pub episode. I'll take us home.
I will say, just before we go, I will say the principle of this, of taking the characteristics of the written letters and then of what you hear the gangsters say and then finding the letters based on those characteristics, I really like that as a mechanic. I think that's really cool and really detective-y. It was just the final stage of that. It had the classic problem of the GM knows, so the GM sees the link that you don't see because you don't know.
The GM is a lefty, so a lived experience
Right.
and assumed knowledge of everyone gets that, surely. Thank you very much for listening to this episode. Don't forget to subscribe to The Infinite Escape Room wherever you get your podcasts for new episodes every week. And you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at The Infinite Escape Room. If you like what you've heard, please leave us a review or a comment. It's good for us to know that you're out there. Your solvers today were Jon, Mike and Mairi, and your puzzle maestro, for what it's worth,
Well, Jon and
me.
Mairi.
We love you lot, and we'll see you next week on The Infinite Escape Room. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. I can't say that Jon was right. I just...
It's the pace.
It's so bitter. Such a bitter pill.